Hello and welcome everybody to my channel. I'm Summer's Child and today we are talking shipping in Ben 10, Alien Force and Ultimate Alien. We are talking about Gwen and Kevin. So at the very beginning when they first met, Gwen had a very soft speaking voice when she was in Alien Force.
Kevin, people could be hurt.
I love the actress that portrays Gwen, but she gets too shouty later when the series progresses.
I thought I told you to wait by the car.
From the first time Kevin and Gwen meet each other, she tries to ignore her feelings that she obviously has for him, and he's all upfront about his attraction towards her.
I'll follow you anywhere.
It is very lovely when he's romantic like that, if you can call it romantic. At least he's out and upfront about his feelings, which is honestly something to be commendable.
Except there! Come on, Gwen, paint job!
At the very beginning, the best quality in Kevin is he's a bad boy, but he's good to his girl because he does not allow Ben to talk to her in a bad or negative way, especially while Ben was shouting at her.
Don't talk to her like that.
I'll talk to her anyway, You're right. I'm sorry, Gwen.
He says snarkily that the both of them can go out together if Ben was grounded, but she makes fun of him and says,
You think I'd go with you if Ben wasn't here?
because so far, in her eyes, he's a bad boy. He can never be loyal or a gentleman, and he needs a lot of work to change himself.
Yeah, I got roguish charm.
And that's the positive thing I want to tell you about Kevin and Gwen. This couple is a hard-working girl who loves to work on projects. She loves to improve herself. She's almost a perfectionist. And a bad boy who wishes to change 180 after a very bad experience of being lost, being thrown in jail while he was in the sensitive teenage years. And he needs somebody who teaches him how to do that change and how to be the wonderful man he wants to be.
What do you make of this?
Big hole?
Helpful.
He's the one who reveals to her, you are a grandchild of aliens. This is why you have power.
Well, yeah, that's what you are. You get your powers through your grandpa. I thought you knew.
She does not believe him at first, but after her grandmother reveals this true fact about herself to her, she becomes closer to Kevin because he's smarter than she was in that particular thing.
Yeah, right.
When you are writing something, this shows when you interact with people, you get to understand them, but also you get to understand yourself. Sometimes they will reveal a part of you to you that you did not know about yourself. An amazing example about this I can give you about the Dragon Prince. When Rayla revealed to Callum that he was a mage and he did not think about that before, and he revealed to Rayla that she was a hero in fact, and she did not think of herself that way before. So both of them made each other better by interacting and getting to know one another.
Wow.
Let's go back to the ship we are talking about today. Kevin was working on the rust bucket, and of course he steals it and runs away. Come on, he's still a bad guy, and we are still in the first few episodes.
Still not buying the nice guy act, Kevin.
But what's noteworthy, Gwen kept his dirty napkin. Romantic or disgusting? You tell me. Kevin warns Gwen against his old crime buddy, and she thinks the warning is for him, but he says,
No, you watch out.
Oh.
and this has a significant meaning because normally bad boys, when they want to change and become a better person, they need to be a part of those friends they kept in the old days, because these type of friends will pull you away from the change that you need to make in your life. So you have to cut them off. They are bad influence.
You can't trust him. He'll stab you in the back just for laughs.
Thanks, buddy.
You have to give priority in your life to those people who can change you to the better, because people change people, and whomever you interact with will change you. Good influence, bad influence, they will change you. It's a fact of life. So what Kevin did here is very remarkable, somewhat romantic, but very smart, because he decided in 1 second that the positive influence girlfriend is his future and the negative influence friend is his past, and he has to choose future over past.
I've done a lot of stuff I'm not proud of. Stuff that if you knew, you'd probably never trust me again. So next time I say drop it, drop it.
That's not how it works, Kevin.
What I love about Gwen is she was so direct when she asked him to ask her on a date,
Why haven't you asked me out?
What?
instead of just waiting and waiting and waiting for him to get some guts. Take that, 2015. Just joking, guys. She saved time on herself and on us audience, because we didn't have to wait for episodes and seasons for them to confess their love for each other, or for the first kiss, or for the first breakup maybe, or for the first fight.
A guy does the asking.
Yeah, when?
Don't push me. Don't push me.
Because their relationship is a relationship of growth, a relationship of fixing each other, a relationship of becoming better. And all of this you cannot show to your audience if you are the writer without them actually starting this relationship. So kudos to Man of Action, the team who wrote this amazing relationship, for this. They saved their time, our time, everybody's time. Thank you so much, and hats off to you, sirs.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Now, as a writer, if you want to tease the beginning of the relationship a little bit, all you need is some competition. And this is why Mike Morningstar appeared in that episode to be Kevin's competition, to make him understand how he feels towards Gwen and realizes that he has no time to waste. She will not be there forever. You better start that relationship, because both of you are somewhat old enough for this. I would say it's icky, because she's 16, he's 17. I would say that's too young for somebody to date. But I'm sure if you are 16 and listening to this right now, you would say, I'm wrong. Of course, you are entitled to your own opinion. I'm just giving you my opinion on it. I would say 16, 17 is young, but it's up to you, baby. So, moving on. What's funny is that Kevin says in this episode to Ben that he's a good leader once he stops being a jerk. But Ben does the exact opposite thing. As soon as they defeat the hybrid, he becomes the ultimate jerk. The season shouldn't been called Ultimate Alien, it should have been called Ultimate Jerk. But anyway, I digress. Let's go back to Kevin and Gwen.
He's right. I'm a jerk. So, Kevin, when are you gonna ask Gwen out?
When Grandma Verdona came back and gave Gwen the chance to live with her to a different planet, Gwen was not so happy about this. But Kevin had to face it. That's it, my man. You will not get another chance. It's time to confess your feelings or lose the girl forever. A lot of people, especially teenagers, would say that confessing your feelings is a very hard thing to do, and you better be prepared when you do that to get shot down. But that's what the writers are trying to convey here. It's one shot, one opportunity. Take it or eat mama's spaghetti. So he stuck his neck out, he did it.
Lame.
That was really cute.
Lame.
He chose to be with her, to become a different, better man than staying just the same way he is. Because at this point, he has the plumber badge, which is one of the two dreams he has. He can now follow in his father's footsteps, but he needs that guide, that positive influence in his life. So he cannot let that girl go.
Stay back.
Hit the road, Kevin.
Huh?
She was laughing at his silly jokes. Warming up to him. He's now someone closer to her than when they first met. She will stay beside him while he's fixing his car, sleeping on the chair. She doesn't mind. She will stand up by her man, giving him moral support while he's doing his work. He feels that support, adheres her advice when she tells him go make up with Ben when they fight. Right away, we are still at the very beginning of the show, Alien Force, and the gears are in motion for the roles that both of them are going to take in this relationship.
Right, stopping now.
Kevin makes the classic joke after Paradox fixes his situation and makes him young again that his back is still hurting him and he wants to just lean on Gwen.
Kevin! I can't believe it. You're good as new.
Well, my back still hurts a little. If I could just lean on you.
And that was an amazing metaphor to describe their relationship because she, to him, is a source of power and happiness and self-esteem. And she's a huge help for him to become the man he wants to be.
You should have gone out with me when I was young and handsome.
You were too immature.
Maybe I'm stretching a little bit here, but I think when he grabs her by the waist to protect her from the storm that's sucking them through the time gate, he's grounding her to keep her in reality, away from her perfectionist ways, to protect her. He's also changing her, as if he's trying to say, I will always be rough around the edges. I'm gonna change. I want to change, but I'll never be perfect. You have to settle for me after you help me become the best version of me. But you have to settle for me because I'm a human being, not an angel.
What about now?
Too old.
I love it when shows give us this picture of everybody. Nobody is perfect, but they cannot be scum as well. They have to be human. It's something in between. It's a delicate balance that every writer has to learn how to do. This scene is incredibly cute. After Kevin's badge was taken by a magistrate, she's trying to console him by giving him small balls of many materials for him to copy as a shield. He reveals a little part about his powers to her. This means that he's letting his shields down a little bit because he's revealing something about himself to her. Maybe one day if they fought against each other, this will be a weak spot because it's open in front of her. So in a way, he's trusting her with this piece of information. And of course, when they are attacked, he will protect her with his own life. One of the sweetest moments in their relationship is when Gwen makes him go to her school dance.
Hey!
And he makes every effort to not to embarrass her and be up to the occasion, training how to eat in a fancy setting and wearing a suit because in her eyes and her peers, he does not want to be any less of anybody else in the room because he doesn't go to a school.
Good advice. Ben?
He drives her there and opens the car door to her. Mamma mia, what a gentleman!
I knew it! You're embarrassed to go with me.
Because she refuses to go in with him, he reveals his self-doubt at this point. He thinks he's not up to her standards, and she has to calm him down. Baby, I chose to go with you. And they dance at the end at the site after they have saved Ben, who was very supportive towards Kevin in this episode, even if he was under the influence of pregnancy from one of his aliens. I would say that this episode is one of the best episodes of Alien Force, maybe the entire series of Ben 10. Now, Kevin and Gwen are officially dating, worried for each other while in a fight, protecting each other, like you would see normally in a romantic action movie. At the very last episode of Alien Force, Gwen transforms into her alien appearance in order to have a greater power to defeat her enemies. But Kevin brought her back, convincing her, please come back to me, Gwen. We will find a way to defeat them, but please do not let go of your humanity. And she listens to him. When we are talking about writing, the decision of letting go of greater power in favor of love means usually wisdom and cleverness. He was very supportive to her in this very short moment, the same way she was very supportive of him in the later seasons when he goes crazy after absorbing the Omnitrix. She wanted to bring him back from power madness, back to reality, back to humanity, and back to love.
I can't lose you, okay?
Okay.
A very small tangent here. He's an energy vampire and she's a being of pure energy, give and take. So the relationship is a little bit like a vampire and his prey. I have no clue why this type of romance is very famous and very popular. Please tell me in the comments. Do you like it? The vampire and his prey romance? I don't even know, man. Doesn't it feel predatory? Or does it show humongous trust on the part of the prey? We'll talk about it in a different video.
Anything for you, Gwen.
You hear that, Gwen? Anything.
Another small tangent that does not have to do with Gwen and Kevin, but the show in itself. Gwen, as an alien, was completely able to defeat the hybrid at the ending of Alien Force, but she would have to sacrifice her humanity. Ben, with all of his transformations, has no justification to become so arrogant in later seasons, and he has this example in front of him. Gwen is so wise. She let go of ultimate power because she wants to be a human, to experience that amazing love, an amazing feeling called humanity.
I'll go with you.
You like cars?
Not really. I like you, though.
I hate Ben for being so arrogant. He lost Julie. He lost many battles, not wars, but battles during the entire show due to his arrogance. And I hate him for this. He does not understand how stupid he was in this. He's not a role model for you as an audience, and he's not a good person in universe to people around him. So what is he? Just an arrogant, empty shell who doesn't listen to anybody? But I cannot tolerate his arrogance. It's okay for your hero to have flaws. This is what we are talking about here. Kevin has many flaws. That's okay. Gwen will change him, and that's amazing. And he will change her, and that's even better because she thought she was perfect. Everybody in her family thought she was perfect. Changing her, grounding her, making her feel like a perfect, imperfect human being was the best thing that Kevin would do to her.
I knew you'd snap eventually.
Thank you so much for watching. Next time in part 2, we're gonna talk about Ultimate Alien and more. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe if you are new around here. I'm gonna see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.
Let's dance.
NANI?!